Hello my dear friends, I am Aragon Gate. Welcome to my new series of challenging 600% threat scale on sea ice. Now you might be wondering how am I going to get 600% given the original limit is 500%. Now so let's look at the mods first. And right here you can see I'm using a mod called Unlimited Threat Scale, which allows me to raise the threat scale above 500%. And the other modes is pretty normal, and let's start with Cassandra and custom. I'm going to set my threat scale to 600%. Click commitment mode, and let's take in. I'm going to raise the population to crowded, and the global coverage to be 50%. Input the seed I found, and let's generate the world. By the way, the mods that I'm using will be in the comment section below, so feel free to check that out. And let's look at here. Here I'm using a mod called map preview. I remember it's the name, so you can basically check where check the place before you actually land, so you don't have to. And I picked this location because it's close to one of the Civil Outlanders Union, as you can see, and there is a empire colony over there, and it is pretty nice because we can trade in the early game with the Civil Outlanders, and in the mid game and late game we can just trade with the empire. Now let's set up our ideology. I'm going to fast forward a little bit just to set it up. And we are here with our ideology, Argon Gate, which is also our channel's name. And the memes I pick is supremacist, collectivist, pain is virtue, human primacy. And this is one of the standard builds of when you're playing under high difficulties. There's nothing all too crazy. Remember, your research speed has to be very fast. And let's look at the roles. Production specialist and shooting specialist with 6 rituals, 3 of which gives us a new recruit, and the other 3 recharge our side focus. And I think, so remember you need to set the rituals to any time, otherwise it is gonna be tricky. You can't refill your side focus or get a new recruit whenever you want. You might not be available. You might be fighting a big wave of attack on if you don't set it anytime. Okay, so we click next. It's time to create our characters. We are using a mod called Prepare Carefully, and it allows us to pretty much choose our characters. However, this is not breaking the balance because in this case we can just customize our character, but this is not in balance because if you turn on the point limits, it limits the amount of things that you can do. It is actually, see, in this case, the points remaining is -20, so we can't do anything. We can't start the game, so we have to just go back. And now I'm going to modify our characters. Let's fast forward a little bit. And we are here with 2 scientists and 1 miner. This is what I called a double scientist opener. So in the future, I'm going to turn scientist 02 into our crafter, but in the early game, because we're playing on sea ice, which is extremely lack of steel, so I had to rush out the ground penetration scanner as fast as possible. So now let's look at the genes first. This is for scientist 01. I'm trying to make him into a melee unit, and the other 2, our miner also is our builder in the early game, and I think that is nothing all too crazy about it. The first thing we need to do in every Rimworld game is pause and do all the plannings. Now I'm going to select, let me see, planning, yes. Look over here, I'm using a mod called more planning. It allows you to have access to all kind of colors in your planning, which is very handy. And I'm going to create a 13 times 13 room with, let me raise the opacity, and I can copy it and paste it somewhere else. Okay, see, I can just paste it somewhere else. Now I am going to highlight the middle point of our standard room using the color yellow, so it shows where it is. It shows the center of every single room, which is pretty handy as well. Let me just check if it's really the center. Yes, it is, and I'm going to copy it. Nope. Copy it and paste it like this. 1, 2, and go up. 2, 3. Yep. Yep, just like this. And we're going to copy the whole thing and paste it over here. But these two districts shares the same, shares 3 same room. Just like this. So in this case, the whole base is a perfect square. Now I'm going to use the color blue to highlight the center and the center of our base, including these areas. So just to notify myself where is the center. Okay, this little cross, which is very handy when it comes to defend. Oh. Okay. And yeah, and the planning is done. Let's equip those guys. Select allow all things. We're going to collect everything first. By the way, I put on the acid spray ability on every one of them, which is extremely useful when it comes to early game defense, and it is super good against mechanoid. It is super good when you want to deal some kind of area damage for almost free. It only has a cooldown. This gene is super good. So I'm going to create a stockpile area for all the metal. Yep, it's over here. Oh, probably I just expanded like this, and for all the metals. Steel, plus steel, yes. That's almost all we have right now. And I'm going to create a oh, wait, let me equip them first. Equip them with the weapons. You take that revolver up. See, all those red 0 is the bad genes that I put onto the colonists. So this allows you, this makes them bad at some certain things. However, they don't need to eat as much as they don't need to eat as much, which is pretty handy and saves you a lot of those points. You can turn them to something extremely useful. For example, in this case, we have I remember is the name super cold if resistance. I'm not sure. Just the best one for the cold resistance. I'm going to set to no drugs. So we are going to be doing the double scientist opener. However, we are only using one single research bench because every bit of steel matters. As you can see, there is no steel on the map except for the ones that we brought, and there's completely no trees at all. Every bit of steel matters in the early game. So we're going to build our walls using the steel as well, so this is very valuable. I'm going to get one of them to work night shift so they can share the same research bench without the other one doing nothing. Okay, now I'm going to select the priority. The whole plus you see is a mod called what is its name? It's anyway, it gives you a button which makes all the colonists prioritize in holding the things. If you have something very valuable and you don't want to, if you have a lot of things very valuable on the map and you don't want them to get destroyed, you might use this button, and all of your colonists will put down or whatever they are doing and collect those things. Now I'm starting the research bench as fast as possible. Okay, you take this. Okay, at the same time, let's have a look at the research. The first thing we need to go is toxify a generator. This gives us some free electricity because the polluted waste bag will not be broke in this on this map because it's very cold. So the toxifier generator is super good. And as you can see on the whole map, we don't have any geothermal. We can't put any geothermal generator down because it's sea ice. And yeah, we're gonna be mainly depend on the toxifier generator. Yeah, this is the whole urgently. This is the button I'm talking about. So I want them to collect this as soon as possible because in the early game, you don't have much things to do. It doesn't mean you can waste time. We are playing under 600% threat scale, so I definitely want to get these things done as soon as possible. Oh, the wind is actually so loud. I'm feeling it, guys. This is the harsh environment of sea ice, where nothing lives except for us. And right now I am going to set up all of our stockpile area. I'm gonna create another one over here, and let me see, what am I going to put? Yep, those steel slag chunks over here. This is very useful on sea ice because every bit of steel matters. Remember what I said? Every bit of steel matters. If we ran out of steel before we get the ground penetration scanner out, then that's actually game over. We have to officially declare failure. Okay, now I am going to set up the first room. Actually, there's a bit of misplacement over there of a research bench. Not a big deal, but just doesn't look good. Okay. I am going to reposition it over here, and now we can create a first room using the steel wall. The first room will be a small one. Will not be built according to how we planned our base because if we build a 13 times 13 rooms in the first place, it's just wasting too much precious steel. And yep, let's build a small room, and it also saves the the heat. You don't need to build too much heating inside. Let's kill our dog first. We don't need them at all with our ideology. And we definitely don't want to waste our food feeding animals like the dogs. Maybe we can later on we can have some animals, for example cow, to produce milk. But we definitely don't want dogs. Okay, so you can see everyone is almost everyone is, yeah, right now everyone is taking the steel back from the map. I'm gonna set up the slab bed because they prefer to sleep on the slab bed. Due to our ideology. Okay, so probably not at the moment. I'm going to create another stockpile area over here, just to store all the things that deteriorate when it's not under the roof. For example, food and manufactured things. We clear all. Select all the food. And manufactured. Yeah, and our wood. Okay, now we're going to make them into a couple because I put a gene called the psychic bond on Scientist 02. Yep, new lovers, and they have a psychic bond, which gives you a very huge bonus on the mood. That is very good. Just all we have to do is just keep them alive. Yep, the chunks. That is very nice as well. Okay. I'm gonna make one of them become the mechanizer as fast as possible. Because the faster we get, the fast. Oh, no, you can't eat that. You can't eat that. No. Sorry. Since you're already woken up, I'm going to send him to okay, you tend yourself first. Let me select health, self-tend, yes. Oh, the home area, we definitely don't want to be cleaning the whole cleaning the whole map, so we always click no to the auto home area button. I'm gonna draft him, and you can go and hit this thing. This will give the faster we destroy these things, the less enemy is gonna come with the transport port. Yep. Okay, just our dogs. This is not a big problem. Okay, we're gonna turn it into the nutrient paste in the future when we set up the nutrient paste dispenser. You see, we actually the food is not a lot. There's nothing growing on the floor, and there's absolutely almost no animal at all, no wildlife at all. What I mean is, yeah. Let me set up a campfire over here. Yep. Oh, I forgot. I forgot to send. Oh, I forgot to send him out. No. Aha. Because normally I'll play with the gene of fire resistance. However, I changed the fire resistance in exchange of the super cold resistance. I remember is the name. So I forgot that it will explode. But just the small things, nothing so critical. Okay, and I'm going to set scientist 02 to working the night shift, so they can share the same research bench. When we get our ground penetration scanner and the long range mineral scanner out, we can actually change it back so they can enjoy the bonus or mood of sleeping together. Okay, I put the low sleep on miner, so we can further reduce the sleeping time of our miner. Okay, so I'm planning to make Scientist 02 our Mechanita, because she's not a melee unit, and our miner has the psychically deaf on her. Quest available, let's accept it. One scorcher. The earlier we fight these things, the easier it gets. I had a game which I fight these things like in the mid game or in the late game, and it turns out to be a huge wave of mechanoid attack, which is kind of annoying. In the early game you don't have much wealth, so the mechanoid attack will be light. Please be a oh no, it's a lifter. Doesn't matter. And we don't have anything to charge it for the time being. I'm just gonna leave him here. I'm not gonna let it working. And the only purpose the lifter is the only purpose of us keeping this lifter right now is it can help out in the fightings. So it can be tanking in the front. At least we don't want to be sacrificing our own colonists. Okay, they're all relaxing, having a good time here. Let me deselect the mechanoid corpse. I want to make it looking nice and clean. Oh, there's one hair over here. Can we get it? Can we get it? Can we get it? That every bit matters. Okay, you can go research. No, no, no. Don't run away. Don't. No, 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 no. Don't go away. No. Ah. That's a bit of a shame here, but that's completely fine. We'll find out a way. Okay. Hey, research finished, toxifier generator. And the first thing we need to do is we rush out the deep drilling and ground penetration scanner. So we have steel. The next thing we're going for is the thank you. The next thing we're going for is the long-range mineral scanner, so we get components. As you can see, besides the spaceship chunks on the floor, on the ground, rather, we don't actually have the buried, what is it called, the anyways, the components on the buried in the mountains. We don't have that on sea ice, so there's definitely gonna be a problem sooner or later. Our components definitely gonna be a problem. However, under high difficulties, you can argue under high difficulties you can always there'll always be a lot of mechanoids attacking, so you can tear them apart for component. But the goal here, so my plan is getting the chain shotgun, at least getting 5 chain shotguns. That requires quite a lot of components. So I'm gonna go ground penetration scanner, deep drill, and then we're going back to smithing, which allows us to scrub the dead mechanoid for parts and for components and steel. After we finish smithing, we're going the long-range mineral scanner and transport port and something along those lines, which allows us to get more component, and then we can go back to chain shotgun and those things. By the way, the advanced research bench will give you an extra bonus speed on your research, so you definitely want to set it up as soon as possible. Now I am setting our toxifier generator over here. Yep. And we also need the pump. Okay, you set up these lines. Okay, as you can see, our scientist number 1 is working on the research, while scientist number 2 is sleeping. So right now, scientist number 2 is working on research, while scientist number 1 is having his good time. So that just increase our research speed. Again, research speed is super important. If you don't get research speed on sea ice, sorry, if you don't have if you are not researching the deep drill fast enough on sea ice, then it's pretty much game over. You don't have the steel, you don't have wood, you don't have anything, and then that's pretty much game over. Okay, I'm going to create a stockpile area, a dumping stockpile area over here. Store all of our waste bags. Where is the waste bag? I always have problems finding the waste bags. Is it in where is it? It's quite confusing. Manufactured. Let me see. Items. MISC. I believe it. Oh. Definitely not buildings, right? Not a prayer, not weapons. No, not plants. I think it's in MISC. Let me see. Where is it? There it is. Toxic waste bags. And there's one more thing which is confusing is the herb. The herb is actually considered as a manufactured thing. Actually, but in reality, it is not manufactured. We all know that, like, I mean, the herbal medicine, it's not. But when you look at the stockpile area, the list, the herbal medicine is within the list of the manufactured item, which is a little bit confusing. Now I'm going to create another small room over here to store all of our nutrient paste. Okay. We name it Aragon Gate. I'm not good at naming, so we are just gonna put in all of our channels name. And guys, now we have the name of our colony. 600% threat scale on sea ice have officially begun. We have officially gone beyond the limits. We have officially gone beyond the 500% limits. We have gone beyond the boundaries. Okay, so select meals, don't want anything rotten, and foods, deselect over here. Cool. Animal migration links, oh, that's very handy. Wow, that's a lot of links. I definitely want to get as much as possible, but right now I don't want to be fighting them, fighting all of them at the same time, so I'm going to hit within long I'm gonna shoot them in the long range. Hopefully I can only engage 1 or 2 at the same time. I definitely don't want to fight all of them. It's like we can win against all of them, but however, just I don't want anything to happen. Rimworld, sometimes things just very based on luck. Okay, please get a hit, please. Please get a hit. Don't miss. Don't miss. No. Hit. Hit. Ah, that's so annoying. Please get a hit. Okay, can I hit that one? Oh, so close. It doesn't miss again. Oh, yeah, we got it. We got it. I think I am going to. Yeah, we got it. That's good. That's one down. If we can get at least 4, that is gonna be sweet. I want to get at least 4. Okay, there is 3 already down there, so we're actually going forward a little bit, and you two can fire at a distance. Yep, that's a that's a kill. Yep. That's only 1, so not a problem at all. Acid spray. This ability is just so strong. I think personally, it's one of the strongest among all genes. Okay, now they're pretty split up, and I think we can play more aggressively right now. I'm definitely not afraid to engage 3 at a time. We can just always kite them back and do a bit of stutter step. Let me select food restriction. Oh no. Later on we can switch this food restriction to all nutrient paste. Nutrient paste only. Okay, we're gonna get this for sure, right? Yeah. Yep, get mad. I'm gonna pull her back and use our scientist or 1 as a decoy. Okay, there's one more. Let's go down. We're running out of time, so I'm going to play more aggressive. They're running away. There's still some distance from the edge of the map. In the meantime, I'm going to collect all these things. And let's hit that. Oh, please get a hit. Yep. Yep, that's one more down for sure. Okay, now you can hit that. Can we get one more besides this one? No, it seems a little bit far away. Don't run away, please. Our lifter is going to collect all the links. In the meantime, can we get it? Can we get it? Please get it. Okay, I'm gonna move forward, chase them down. Oh, actually, I should have engaged with scientist number 1. Now this is gonna run away for sure. Can we get it? Can we get it? Yes, we did get it. Yeah, that's fine. That's very good. We get about 6 or 7 links in this point of game. That's very nice. Okay, so the plan here is after the first attack, we are going to trade all the unnecessary goods with the Outlander Union. Because no matter how wealthy you are, no matter how big the threat scale is, your first raid is always going to be one person. So after this timing, we need to really trade off the unnecessary wealth to turn them into the combat power, because the scale of the raid is really dependent on your wealth. The wealthier you are, the more people is coming to raid you. And I think that is pretty much for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you do, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.